you everyone. Thank you for joining today, like this evening and morning to someone. And before I start, before I want to say wishes to you all, I just want to energize all of you with our invocation. I request Apurva to go ahead.
Hello everyone. This is who we are. We are a team, talented, energetic, astonishing mindsets. We can do anything and everything. We talk, we care, we respect each other. We see beauty in everyone and everything. We are connected by hearts and driven by values. We celebrate each other. We provide value to others. We take ownership in everything we do. We have freedom to make mistakes. We learn as we go. We are mad to make a difference. We love disruptive ideas. We make impossible things possible. We are strong to question the creation. We believe in dreaming big. If we do not dare to dream big, are we really living? Why be ordinary when we can be extraordinary? This is who we are by Shivani Kshirsagar. Thank you.
Thank you, Apurva. That's powerful again. Yes. Greetings to everyone. Good morning and good evening. I'm Lidvija from third year chemical engineering. Today, all of you know, like, we are here to experience the experience of our experienced experts for writing the review papers, right? By the Google says, like, it's the purpose of a review paper is to succinctly review recent progress in a particular topic. It generally creates an understanding of the topic for a reader by discussing the findings presented in recent research papers. This is, I literally read from the Google. I just want to redefine, like, I just want to see how our teammates, how our friends have redefined this, the literal definition of a review paper, how their understanding towards a review paper has developed. I want to listen, and not only me, I guess all of you as well, just like me, want to listen from them. So firstly, before they start, I really thank Sharma ji, Prakash Garu, and Ulhas ji for joining today. And your presence definitely makes a difference for all of us, and it energizes all of us. So let me start with Shivani and team. Shivani, Hafsa, and Anusha. All of them are a team. They reviewed, like, they have researched about cobalt as a catalyst. I request Shivani to go ahead.
Thank you, Lidvija, for the beautiful introduction. Let me present my screen. Our journey of review paper writing. I am Shivani Kshirsagar from third year chemical engineering.
I am Hafsa Fatima from first year chemical engineering.
Anusha is from second year and she cannot join today. So today's agenda would be how we started ISE project, our review paper topic,
short summary of our review paper and our learnings.
So how we started ISE. When Ulhas sir gave a Thop talk on ISE, so we got to, like, we grabbed the attention on waste, like zero waste. So we wanted to, like, it was very interesting. So that is the reason I joined this ISE project.
I was introduced to this project by Shravan sir when we completed our research paper on the establishment of ISE. Sir asked me if I was interested in being a part of ISE, and I agreed, and then I joined the project.
Cobalt as a catalyst. So to review something, we should have a topic. So for that, we were attracted to cobalt because of Sharma sir. We reviewed, like, we read his PDF. Like, sir sent one PDF of which says about cobalt, and then we started like writing everything about Cobalt, and few applications of Cobalt made it interesting. So Hafsa.
Yeah, so we had in mind that we wanted our review paper to be based on Cobalt, but we did not know what aspect of Cobalt we will be reviewing. So we went through like history of Cobalt, properties of Cobalt, and then we decided that we will review the applications of Cobalt. So some of the applications of Cobalt that caught our attention, like that we were interested in, were the usage of Cobalt in magnets, and cobalt is used as a colorizing agent, and it's used in jet engines and gas turbines, and it's used in the medical field. So all of those. So after going through all the applications, what we did was we were trying to put all of these applications in our review paper, and then Ulhas sir, he suggested us that in order to do the justice to the topic, we choose one application of Cobalt and then we review it. So we went with Cobalt as a catalyst for our review paper topic.
So the topics which we worked on were Cobalt hybrid catalyst, which is used in Fischer-Tropsch process, and promoted Cobalt catalyst for the production of lower olefins from natural gas, then Cobalt phosphide catalyst for the hydrogenation of nitriles. So we researched on many papers. Like we three were distributed with different periods of review papers, like
different periods of time.
Yeah. So few worked on 2011 to 2014, then 14 to 17, then 18 to 2020. So so we worked on these topics, and let me show you our review paper how. So this is our review paper, a draft of review paper. So this is the introduction of how we started, like how we about Cobalt, and then abstract, then Cobalt as a catalyst, then its applications, which we worked on Cobalt as a catalyst. And yeah, when we were writing this, we just summed up, like documented all the points which we were interested in, or else which we found it interesting. Then Ulhas ji reviewed it and said to add authors and the year when the paper was published. So this is our review paper, and these are few differences.
Our learnings throughout this project, we had many learnings. We were doing plenty of mistakes, but Ulhas sir always acknowledged our work, and then he gave us tips on how to improve our work, trying a different approach every time. And we had weekly targets, and we as a team, the three of us, we had meetings thrice a week, and plus our weekly meeting with Ulhas sir. So he enlightened us with the many things that we were ignoring, or so we had many learnings from this. And teamwork, absolutely, we divided the work among ourselves and meeting the weekly targets, and we improved under the mentorship of Ulhas ji.
Yeah, so as Hafsa has written a review paper, we got an advantage to start. So we had no idea how to start, but Hafsa, like because of Hafsa, we were able to start. Then, as Hafsa told, we were having meetings every week in the team as well as with Ulhas sir, and Ulhas sir was always saying that you have did an excellent job. Just you have to, like, he used to give suggestions where we have to work on. And yeah, so it was a very interesting journey. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you, Hafsa. One quick question. What's the interesting thing that you found in cobalt or cobalt as a catalyst?
It is in blue color.
That's really interesting. That's my favorite color. Thank you, Shivani. Next,
Before,
I'd like to. Yes.
maybe Dr. Sharma, Prakash Garu, or Ulhasi, do you have any questions for them? Anything you want to say?
I mean, do you want me to comment? I mean, I haven't seen the real content here. Outline. It would be nice if we can see at least the outline. Outline in the sense, what is the primary goal of this paper? Who are we targeting? Are we targeting the researchers? Are we targeting the industry to give them information? Are we targeting graduate students who want to conduct research in this area? Or who are we trying to inform about this cobalt? So that is what would make it a little bit definitely more interesting, because not everyone would read. Those who know a little bit about cobalt, they already know that, yes, it is used in catalysts and so on. So what is that anyone, before reading a paper, this is common to everyone, including me, what I'm trying to say here. If we write a review paper, why should a reader spend an hour, half an hour, 2 hours on this paper? They need to get something out of it that they don't know, right? Otherwise, I don't have time. Graduate students will never have time because they work solo. So what is that we are trying to satisfy is what is important. I'm pretty sure it is in there, but I have not seen the entire content of it. That's the reason I don't want to make any comments. But when you are presenting something, it would be nice to have those things out. So if they are there, I'm sure Ullas and others who are looking at this paper might have already told you this, but that would be nice. That's all. But the presentation part of it is very good. I mean, you need to clearly communicate in a review paper. I mean, it's good to organize with authors, with everything, but what it is, I mean, I just want to communicate how we should think about. If X has done some work, Y has done some work on cobalt, our goal is not to summarize X's work, X has done this, Y has done that. That is good. That's how we start. But what is lacking in X and what is lacking in Y that the world needs right now? And how do we get there? In other words, you're identifying the gaps, whether it is for industry, if it is applications. Okay, we need 3 million tons of this, but we have right now the production of 2 million tons. Or if we have 3 million tons, how can we reduce costs? Or what is that we can do to improve? That way people will read, oh yeah, I never thought about that. Maybe we should think about that. You know what I mean? I don't want to take up too much time, but that is how a review paper should be. And it should review the entire literature that is available. That way you are helping somebody to bring everything together in a very short, 5 pages, 10 pages, 15. Review papers will not be 5 pages. Typically they are longer, but you are trying to compile everything and provide to the graduate student or a person who wants to know about cobalt. Right? That is our goal here, a review paper. So keep that in mind. I mean, I'm not trying to say that you don't have that. I'm just saying a general suggestion for any review paper. So when you are about to submit to any journal, you need to think about that and appropriate journal also, when you are submitting those kinds of things. So wonderful job. Actually, I think you have referred to several places. In any journal article, typically we don't use any URLs because that URL is not a reliable source unless it is coming from a national database or any kind of authentic source, like National Institute of Health, National Institute of testing materials, anything like that. Those kinds of things are reliable, but Tom, Dick, and Harry can publish these things on web. If we take a URL and say, okay, so-and-so has done this or said this, that may or may not be reliable. That's what I'm trying to say. You need to have authentic, in other words, peer-reviewed publications or certain magazines that are reputable to have the value. Okay, so keep that in mind when you are finishing your final draft in the next 2 weeks. Okay, thank you. Yep.
Thank you.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, that would really help.
Yeah, can I say something? Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Of course, what Dr. Sharma has said is absolutely right and required. And I must confess that one of the things which I did not mention to you, of course, is the audience. Which audience are we really targeting? While writing the review paper. So that perhaps I think is a very important point that he has brought out, and we must keep that in our mind. Who are we trying to address this review paper to? Right? But having said that, and all the other suggestions which he has given are very valid, and I think that improvement has to happen, in the paper. So we must target to do that in next 2 weeks' time, which we have scheduled. The important aspect is, what my feeling is that when we first met a few weeks back, the question was, what is a review paper? Right? What does it mean? Right? What does it contain? And I think you have done a great deal of work in trying to understand what is a review paper, on what the review is to be done. I mean, can I do review on everything that is available in the literature on a particular subject, or I need to do something? And that's what I was feeling when I was interacting with you, and that's how I think we have been able to sort of shortlist the approach of what do we want to keep in our focus. And you have done a considerably good work. I also feel that, the content part of it, I have also, personally not gone through in detail. And I think, next time when we are revising these things with the comments that, we will have in this forum, after revising that, I think we let us circulate it amongst all of us, to get the right inputs, the correct inputs or the corrections which are required in executing that particular review. So, but otherwise, everything is good. I am more, I would say, excited at the enthusiasm that I am seeing in writing the paper. For a first year, second year student, at least when I was there, I mean, I had more inclination to go to Pasha canteen and drink a cup of tea, or I used to smoke also at that time, and smoke, than actually look at the review papers, So that is something which is very important and interesting for all of us. And I must congratulate you for this efforts that you have done. You have brought out something. Now, we have to reach to a stage where it is global standard, a literature standard, Yes. And I'm sure with the passion that I'm seeing in you, you will do it, right? And let's target for that, okay?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
That's so encouraging.
Yeah, I mean, since Ullas is saying what we were in first year or second year, let me tell you, you guys are way above that. We didn't even know what a review paper was at that time. So let me tell you that. So, but this is, again, we didn't have web either, But it's fun. I think you are a bunch of enthusiastic people who can target, who can achieve things. So, and it is a pleasure to work with you and make sure that you reach the potential, and you will start teaching us at some point in time. Good job. Good job.
Thank you, sir. Prakash sir?
So I have nothing to add than what Dr. Sharma Saab has told and Mr. Ullas has told you. But I was, one of the interesting topic in that paper is, I'm not commenting on the completeness of the review paper, but one very exciting thing is that you mentioned about the Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. So since Second World War, during Second World War, I think before Second World War, Germany doesn't have oil, so they were making diesel from coal by Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. Okay, and South Africa has got more coal reserves without any oil reserves, so they were also making petrol and diesel from Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. And you have mentioned when you told cobalt as catalyst in Fischer-Tropsch synthesis, that is converting coal and natural gas to make middle distillates like gasoline and diesel. Okay. Unfortunately, this technology, Fischer-Tropsch technology, would have been much more commercialized in India based on the coal reserves we have, based on the natural gas reserves we have, but somehow it did not materialize. So what I thought when I saw your paper, I did not go it entirely, but if you give an industry summary, so you are writing a cobalt as a catalyst, but if you give an industry summary, this is the potential of that Fischer-Tropsch synthesis for conversion of coal or natural gas into diesel, when the oil and gas reserves are not there in some particular countries. And this has got that potential for countries like India or China has commercially made it very big, this Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. So if you can touch upon the industry potential and how this type of catalyst can really become a enabler for commercialization of the technologies, maybe that will give some important inputs to policymakers like the audience. Okay, some policymakers or industry heads. So if it teaches them, that will be really good. That's what I want to say.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.